jumps the lazy log. The lazy fox jumps around log. The lazy fox jumps around log. The lazy fox jumps around log. He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees a ghost. He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees a ghost.
Well done, sir.
Wow! Can I get those in written form so that I can try and redo that?
That'd be very difficult, but yes. He
thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghosts.
He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost.
Very good.
Against the post.
That's speech therapy.
He thrusts his fists
his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghosts.
He thrusts his fists against the post and still insists he sees a ghost. That is hard.
Yes. Well done.
That is hard. He thrusts his fists against the post and still insists he sees a ghost. Wow.
Diction enunciation.
All right,
that's
are we live already?
We are.
We have been, apparently.
Oh my God! Good morning! Welcome Sunday! This is so happy! I am here. My name is Jeff Wheeler, and I am in a road on the internet, driving down the road. Brought to you by Audi. They have given me a 4G LTE hotspot in the car so that I can bring you this show right here, right now. Thank you very much to the wonders of technology. So let me bring in the rest of our formal introduction. To my left, in illustrious, wait, did I say illustrious already? I need to make sure I say illustrious at least once. But that is Michelle Lynch in Gainesville, Florida. Say good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, everyone out there in TV land, internet land. And thank you, Audi.
Right, for bringing me to you.
Yes.
That's right. And next in New York, let me go ahead and say good morning to Thom Home.
You just did. You said good morning. Audi is Swiss or?
Huh? Audi is German, fully on German.
It's German, yes.
Yeah, it's German. Currently owned by the VW.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Right. So it was its own thing, and now it is owned by the VW Group. So VW has Porsche and VW and Audi and Lamborghini and a couple other.
My terrible German accent. German engineering.
I don't know what that means.
No, not a clue.
But I think I'm going to Sheboygan, Wisconsin again, what I just said. So we have a wonderful docket lined up for you, and I'd like to say, let's just get into it. The guy in the back seat back here doesn't have anything to say, so I will start with this week, and this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So if you have not or gotten a chance to celebrate America, this is one more chance that you can celebrate America. And why are we celebrating this Memorial Day, Thom?
Why are we celebrating this one as opposed to the others?
Even a thing.
Oh, it's Memorial Day was started to remember the dead of the Civil War, and now has come to remember all those who have died in previous conflicts.
Right.
How is that different than Veterans Day?
Because they'd still be kicking for Veterans Day.
Oh, damn. Right. Okay.
Right, so think of the guy who's got the coin jar that's peddling you in the train station. That's Veterans Day. And the little tombstone is Memorial Day.
What was Veterans Day?
God, don't make him
Veterans
repeat
Day
it.
is the guy that jingles the cup in the train station.
I had to have him repeat it because I had to make sure that happened.
Is this something that should be happening in the pre-show?
Yes.
Next week's Speaker's Corner will be taking place from Canada. Oh, Canada, where we'll all have to move because of Jeff.
Another tidbit of information besides Memorial Day that is happening tomorrow, and aside from everyone having hopefully the day off to enjoy and remember, back in 1977, when you guys were still around and kicking, right? No,
I was not born on May 25th, 1977.
Got it. So
I was in my mother's belly. I guess you could say a Republican would say that I'm alive.
And you were kicking.
But I was certainly kicking.
At that
Were
point,
you on May 25th, 1977?
he's checking his gestation period.
Yeah, I was not in the womb yet.
I was a twinkle in the eye.
You weren't even a twinkle yet.
That's so true. That's so true.
I was a whiskey still being fermented.
I was the booze still in the corn mash before it was made into the whiskey.
I was the Tony Orlando single that had yet to be released.
So it is possible that any of our parents could have made it out to the Star Wars opening day in 1977 on May 25th.
Yeah.
I did go to supposedly the story goes I went to see Star Wars in the theater during its original run.
No.
So there you go.
No, that's impossible.
What's that?
You were born when?
October of 77.
All right, I'll let it ride. Sure, yes.
Well, the story goes that there was supposed to be a theater that turned into a dollar theater, and that dollar theater showed the movie for like a year and a half.
That would be, I was about to say it has to be something like that because that's just like on that edge period, and it's old enough to have lasted that long.
Yeah.
And back in the day, movies would sit in the theater for a lot longer.
Because they didn't have to go to VHS.
There was no home market.
Exactly.
There's no what?
There was no home market.
Oh, yeah. There was no home market. That's
You
correct.
saw the movie or sucker?
Betamax.
Or you didn't see the movie until VHSs came out in 1984.
Don't mock Betamax. Betamax is actually,
I know mock it.
as we know, Betamax was actually higher quality than VHS,
Right?
Correct.
but America is stupid.
So it was Sony had lots of digital rights on Betamax, and so therefore it had lots and lots of dollars associated with the cassettes. And specifically because Sony would not allow the rental of Betamax tapes in VHS in original blockbusters, if you will. That was one of the big things that killed Betamax.
And porn.
VHS, which I think was done by Toshiba. Somebody should fact check me.
VHS?
I think
I wasn't even joking when I said porn, because also people have said that the porn industry quickly embraced VHS over Betamax, and they said that helped to push it as the winning medium.
Right.
Porn has such
And again,
long
another
tendrils.
technology that is helped and created by porn. Everything you like on the internet, including this WebRTC, which is the underlying format that is beneath
Real-time chat.
inside Google Hangouts is WebRTC, and WebRTC was designed all around porn.
Can I throw out a trivia question for the cast?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever seen a CED player?
What now? A CD player?
A Charlie Echo Delta player?
CED.
No.
You're gonna want to look this up because this is the most fascinating technology that was. It stands for a capacitance electronic disc, and it was I guess it was a precursor to the laser disc, but it was a competitor to VHS and Betamax, and it was an analog video disc.
Oh, I
An
have
analog
seen
video
this.
disc. So basically, it was equivalent of physical content. It's a record.
Yeah, it's a record.
But it's the movie. So there's some kind of physical contact with it. It's so amazing. And it was a giant cartridge, like this big, that you would stick into the player and then take it out because it would then deposit the record so that you never touch the record.
Didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Because you'd lose it if it was capacitance.
Right.
We do have a link up in Showcase for anyone that would like to see capacitance electronic discs.
I've never seen one in person, but I've only seen them online and seen some people talking about it, but I'm totally fascinated. Because Laserdisc was amazing at how awful it was as
What do you mean it was
technology.
awful? It was awesome.
It was awful.
Why was it awful?
if you wanted to watch a 2-hour movie, you had to flip a disc twice and replace it. Like the movie Rocky would be not just 2 records, but both sides. So suddenly, thrice after 3 times after starting the movie, I had to like get up and do something.
I believe wholeheartedly that the movie industry has lost the art of intermission, and it should return.
Let's all go to the lobby.
That's right.
All go to the lobby.
There should be at least one intermission in every 2-hour plus movie.
How long an intermission?
At least one intermission, I would say for 8 minutes, in a 2-hour movie.
I heard 1 hour too, Tom, if that's what you heard. Okay.
Thank you. That's why I was like, wait, what? Am I supposed to go have dinner? No, I mean you go see a play. You go see a play. You go see an opera, and there's
15 minutes.
Still an intermission. Stretch your legs. Wow, what did you think about that? What's going to happen in the second half?
That's right.
They also have to reset the stage, and there's logistical reasons why.
Sure, but I think it's also for us too. I'm thinking about me, damn it. or it could be like, do you know, Space Odyssey? I'm not warming up anymore. Shut up. Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey used to have an intermission purely before the whole sequence going through the monolith, and so apparently people would like go to the movie, step out, drop acid, and then go in to like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't imagine watching 2001 on acid. I would probably
wacky day.
I would still be in the monolith. That's a flashback I don't want.
Pass out little bags of smack before you go into train spotting.
Ugh, that's awful.
Before you go into where? I'm sorry.
Train spotting.
On Ireland?
Yes,
that's
Scotland.
That's Scotland.
That's Scotland, yeah. Good try, though.
Train spotting's Ireland, or Scotland, and then we've got news about Ireland.
Yes.
I knew Ewan McGregor was in Train Spotting, and he was from Scotland, but he's not Irish.
He's not Irish. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying.
But close to Ireland is, or close to Scotland is, Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah. Which we do have news for this week. Ireland. I'm proud to have Irish roots in Ireland this week because they have ratified marriage equality.
Ratified marriage equality. So that means that any human can get married to any other human.
It's pronounced human.
Human?
Human.
Okay.
No, I've been doing that recently.
But yes, that is correct, Jeff.
Okay. So is that their news? I think
that's
this
their
is going
exceptional
to be
news. It's the first country to. It's the first country. No, it's not a non-story. It's the first country to go to the ballot, to go to referendum, and vote in favor of equality. Something that's, and as Michelle and I were discussing last night, this is a classically, traditionally, a Catholic nest, and for them to kind of, as a voter, make this choice is groundbreaking.
Yeah, they.
No, I think that's great, and I just think it's so great, and there's so much of a tide swell in that direction that it's going to be a non-story. It's going to be like, freaking segregation is now. Marriage equality is going to be the same thing when, Tom, you have kids that are in high school. In 20 years, it's going to be not a thing.
God, I hope so, Jeff. God, I hope so. But
I just see the tide swell going on, and it didn't exist, but now they've done such a good job of making people connected to individuals that this affects, and so therefore Everyone seems to have somebody that they know that this affects, and that makes political movement quickly.
I think that's a very Western thought. I think that is
Right,
not
but it starts
reflective
someplace.
of the world.
Segregation was ceased to exist in everywhere in the 60s and 70s, except for out in South Africa, where they were
Yeah.
doing apartheid.
And
But still, that's 30 years, and then it was completely abolished, really, throughout the world. It's hard to find a
No.
societal division in segregation.
No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pounce on this and say your whole thing about, and this ties in with Michelle's, what she said. Like, I'm hopeful that this is a watershed moment, but your tie-in with segregation is, I think segregation is alive and well.
Yeah.
It's not de jure, it's de facto segregation.
But it's not. It's not societal segregation. It's
yes,
not,
it is very much so.
Okay, let me make sure that it's. Let me make sure I state my point correctly. It's not organized and codified segregation. It is now done only by societal standards and not by any type of written rule.
Ergo de facto.
Right.
Yes. You both are saying the same thing.
Migrating away from being codified, which I think is a big move. I think it's a significant standard, and I think the same thing's going to happen on Magic Ball.
I don't know, Jeff. I think that'd be a big move if it was 1970. We're in 2015. This is not. Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is that's within 50 years. That's within one lifespan, right? That's happened. And I think during our lifespan, it's going to get to the same point where you can't really find a society who has codified laws against same-sex marriage.
But the problem I have is that we still have societies that have codified laws against women voting. That hasn't. I mean, you can't say that slippery slope is going to happen everywhere. That's a.
It's not going to be everywhere, but it's going to be a general understanding amongst all the significant countries in the world.
I mean, even in the country we live in that allows women to vote, we have just like last week, we have cranks talking about how dare an action movie have a woman be the protagonist. Right. Cough, cough, Mad Max. We also have people who openly and without self-judgment talk about a woman's. There was a whole thing about pre and post. Someone actually, I think it was Time Magazine, wrote an article saying, well, Hillary Clinton can be an effective president because she's post-menopausal.
Oh God.
That happened, yeah.
But you
Tom,
with we in this country who allow women to vote. As if the standard should be that they shouldn't be allowed to vote. As if it's some privilege that women don't inherently have in their existence.
I think it's a nod to history showing that we have learned. I think that it recognizes where we have been.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
We still have. I think we need to not rest on our laurels and say, "Yay, we achieved this." It's like, no, you still got traction to go.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the inertia's in the right direction.
Fair enough.
We have a wave that's going in a direction that I like.
And thank you, Ireland.
And here is another ripple in that wave. Here is another curl in the surfing of that.
Now, here's my rip in that curl or in that wave is that I think it could also be a tipping point eventually to fracture the church and cause the conservatives and the liberals to really take arms against each other. And I think that can be impacted by Africa. That can be impacted by,
Latin America.
Yeah, Latin America. Thank you. And that was one of the articles. I need to click on that article. That was one of the articles that I'm suggesting in the showcase
Sure.
that gay marriage could split. This particular piece could split the Catholic Church. Whether or not that's relevant, whether or not Catholicism is still an important thing here in the Western world, it still has some tendrils and impacts, large impacts in Latin America and elsewhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's still, as far as I know, the Catholic Church are they the only religious organization that has a seat at the UN?
I believe
The Catholic Church has a seat at the UN?
I believe so. Yeah.
because they have their own country.
Country.
Because of the Vatican City. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it's still, regardless of, people always seem to,
It's an honorary
still-
position, I believe.
probably, yeah, they don't think they have voting rights necessarily. Right. They might be like the equivalent of DC in our House of Representatives, an observer.
Yeah.
And able to speak, but not.
Yeah, but able to speak and people listen. I mean, the Pope just this past week got into a little bit of a kerfluffle over translation because apparently the question is, what did he refer to the Palestinian leader as an angel of peace or the potential to be an angel of peace? And everyone suddenly was like, getting the panties in twists, and it's like, this is a non-state leader speaking.
Yeah.
But it still has end of a, let's be honest, a denomination that's kind of dwindling in power, and yet we're still very much.
It has so much power and has had so much power for so long that even its dwindling is still hugely more powerful than many, 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 many others, and does a great job of being Catholic, which is unified, right?
Mm-hmm.
The term Catholic is unified. So therefore, that Catholic Church is that church that is made in a great organization, and that organization is the strength of that church.
And to that point, what is happening in Ireland could fracture that church, because the strength of the church isn't keeping together. There's a lot of old-time Catholics who think that you have to bow and you have to do this and you can't wash original sin, or whatever the case. There are really little intricate pieces of Catholicism that are being fought now between those that are going to be okay with gay marriage and those that are not.
That's right. But there's always battlegrounds inside the Catholic Church. It's been going on for eons. It's, Galileo Galilei was against it. The Catholic Church says that the earth is the center of the universe. And now nobody even brings that up. So, I mean, those kinds of internal struggles have happened throughout history. And the Catholic Church has made it. So I would only foresee that they would do the same now.
Yeah.
All right, to the Boy Scouts. There's another organization that may or may not make it. And also along the same topic, I believe, right? Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts now allow outward or open and out homosexuals to be Boy Scout, Girl Scout leaders.
Transgender.
Oh, transgender. Okay.
So
not allowing transgender.
I'm going to look this up again, but I believe it's that the Girl Scouts have allowed that. But
allowed
the boys,
transgender members.
Transgender members, right.
Yeah.
Girl Scouts have allowed transgender members, but the Boy Scouts do not allow transgender members. And they've been catching flack. The Boy Scouts outright said they didn't. The Girl Scouts in response said, no, we'll take you.
Yeah.
On over.
And it's the point of, like, they are separate organizations.
Right.
Entirely, and I think that's, I think there might be from the lay, I'm going to use the term lay public, may not understand that it's like, oh, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, that's like Army and Navy, right? It's like, no, it's more like Walmart and Costco.
To the casual observer, they would think
that was the most weird comparison. I was trying to say they're completely separate corporate bodies.
Yes.
Sam's Club and Costco, or BJ's Wholesale.
Don't go to BJ's. Support Costco.
Yeah. Costco does a good job. Costco does a really good job.
And they also are the much more employee protective than all those others.
That's why they do a good job, is because all their people actually want to be there. It feels like Southwest Airlines, where everybody kind of wants to be there.
Oh my God! So maybe we should talk about a minimum wage next week, because right now we're talking about the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
Next week we will talk about the
minimum wage next week. I want to make a correction. The Girl Scouts have had a long-standing policy of transgender inclusion. It was not a response to the Boy Scouts.
We've had a long-standing policy.
Yes.
How long-standing?
I'm going to do some research and get back to you on that.
I need a date, okay?
Gotcha.
Well, it's been nice to see, like, I happen to be married to a proud Girl Scout. And I'm friends with, and it's amazing, this news kind of, or this story kind of launching out echoed, and I saw how many friends that I knew who were Girl Scouts, and I was a Boy Scout. I didn't really care for it. I got up to, I didn't even make star. I don't know where I was, like first class.
I made it to Weeblo.
No Eagle Scouts here.
No Eagle Scouts here. Weeblo.
Weeblo is like the end of your first summer.
Weeblo is like Weeblo is like, I made it to middle school, man. All right,
right.
We're talking about, like, how far did you go in high school?
No, I do any scouting in high school. None.
No.
I never was a Girl Scout or.
Where did you make it scouting?
No Scouts for you?
Graduating Gold Award and then a leader.
My girlfriend's a Gold Award in Girl Scout. In Girl Scouts.
Whoa.
I know. Do you want to be on camera and say it?
Pretty.
She's driving, but she made the Gold Award and was a leader after that. So she did the whole
Nice.
Girl Scout thing to its end.
My father and my grandfather were Eagle Scouts.
Right, that's like an Eagle Scout is a Gold Award, right?
I think those are somewhat
Yeah.
equivalent. But what they said that they had to do for Eagle Scouts was they had to throw them out in the middle of the forest, and then they gave them a compass and a bottle of water and said, "Find your way out."
Yep.
That was complete hazing, because that's not.
They did that. No, wait. What did Kat say?
Yeah, that was the local chapter saying, yeah, if you're gonna be an Eagle Scout, you gotta kill a bar.
Damn.
Really, an Eagle Scout was like, you have to, like, oversee some civic project, because it's all about, my father was an Eagle Scout.
Okay.
My father was actually the youngest Eagle Scout in history for the state of Connecticut. That was before they started instituting an age requirement. Yeah, that's my Connecticut accent when I just jut my jaw.
Is that how you do it?
Thom, I don't understand why you don't want to do Scouts anymore. My father doesn't talk like that anymore, because he's been in the South for 20 years now. So.
But does he still know how to do it? Do you sit around the dinner?
Certain words have popped out.
Do the thing. Do the Connecticut thing.
Gentilize.
I still do it. I say, like, pancakes.
Aw.
Panties.
Does your brother say?
No, I've never heard him say it. Strawberries. I say strawberries.
Oh, strawberries.
But
Interesting.
the Girl Scouts, I think I love this, because when you're running a youth organization, it's not even trite or popular to, like, be as inclusive as you can be. It's essential and important, because you only have 18 years to, like, really, or however long your brain develops. I know we have school. To, like, really get those emotional connections, to find yourself, to feel, a sense of identity, and to, like, have an organization as big as Girl Scouts say, come on in.
That's right.
Join us. Let's build some character. Let's build some identity.
And let's
find some community. That's great. That's huge, because there's so much of society saying no, relegating it to this. It's huge.
Because in the end, we all have to get along with each other regardless, and we're not going to be put into little fun groups that are going to be cohesive, and it just does you best to learn now.
And don't you kind of think that the Boy Scouts are just kind of sticking their head in the sand? Doesn't it feel like they're a bit of ostriches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they
no, it doesn't happen around here.
They've allowed gay boys to be members, but not leaders. So I think they feel like they've put an effort forth, but it just seems.
Still goes back to the whole concept that all gay men are just looking for a time to play with little boys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which brings us back to the church.
Which is just.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I think we've solved it.
Yes. All gay men are not looking for little boys. It's just ridiculous. But hopefully, like you said, Jeff, it's a watershed.
Well, I don't think that it's necessarily a watershed. I think it's just another wave that comes over the dike. You know, just another spot that makes it not be a block anymore. And so if you just continue to have more and more of those, then it washes away the dikes in between what all is going on. So do we have a topic for what the hell, Internet?
Yes. I'm actually just like, Michelle.
No. I was in what the hell, Internet?
Oh.
No.
It was like, oh crap, did we step on something?
Not at all.
Sorry. Yeah, my what the hell Internet is, not that I need validation, but I do. When I find something that I'm like, this is fascinating. Look at these people, and like only 2 people are like, that's fascinating. I'm like, God damn it! I apparently found a turd that I was really proud of. So I was reading about Huey Lewis and his 1984 suit against Ray Parker Jr. For supposedly lifting the melody from "I Want a New Drug" to use in the Ghostbusters theme. Listen to them. Listen to the 2 songs. Oh my God, this is like the whole, what was with,
oh God, Vanilla Ice and...
Ding, 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 ding,
oh, right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, even more modern, even more contemporary, the,
the recent one.
Alan Thicke, Robin Thicke, and Marvin Gaye.
Alan Thicke.
So... I had to start at Alan Thicke to get to Robin Thicke.
I got you. It's just funny to think of Alan Thicke doing a Robin Thicke song.
I am your Oh, what did you hear about Robin Thicke? Alan Thicke apparently mentioned that he and his wife like to get freaky to one of his son's songs. He posted on Twitter, that he and his wife like to get freaky to Robin Thicke's song, blah blah blah, and so Robin Thicke wrote back on Twitter, Dad, I need to take some CDs out of your collection. So this is not about Robin Thicke or Alan Thicke or Canadians getting freaky. So Huey Lewis sued Ray Parker Jr. for lifting the melody from "I Want a New Drug" for Ghostbusters. Settled out of court. Apparently, as I was reading, I learned that Huey Lewis himself may have lifted the melody from "Shake Your Body Down to the Ground" by the Jacksons, who in turn may have lifted their melody from "Get Up, Get Down, Get Funky, Get Loose," which led me to the supposition that Teddy Pendergrass is the original Ghostbuster. Internet, I blew your brains out, and I only had 2 people that were like, yeah, it's interesting.
Everyone was still collecting their brains before they could hit the like button.
I guess cultural appropriation is not the hot button issue anymore.
I was literally watching a Zapruder film of my brain getting exploded.
Back and to the left.
To the left. Back and to the left.
Too soon? Too soon.
Let's tell you, that was a magical post.
Like, seriously, I mentioned that to a guy at work, and then he was flying through Dallas, and he said, whatever.
Oh no, we're losing him on
Classic.
something that's gonna be really funny. Oh no! Damn it!
And he said, "You'll find out next week."
Oh,
Here.
yeah, exactly. I have to say, I
Am I
love
back?
that. I just. Now you're back
He's
now.
back.
Hey! So my buddy went to Dallas and made this Zapruder film joke, and when he did that, the whole town just kind of looked at him and went, "Too soon. Too soon."
Yeah.
The airport, but the people there just looked at him, and he looks back and he goes, "Too soon," and they went, "Yeah, too soon."
Oh, you got to know your audience. You got to know your audience.
Seriously.
I feel like what's it? Gilbert Gottfried made the ultimate too soon joke. I love Gilbert Gottfried because also it's like that. I'm gonna go there even if you don't want me to. And he made some joke about and this was like 5 or 6 years ago, and he goes, I was trying to fly to New York, but the only direct flight I could get was to Lower Manhattan.
Oh, God.
Something along those lines. I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Then that should probably mean that we don't talk anymore after that joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's an anti-continue grenade.
So happy Memorial Day, everyone.
Happy Memorial Day to everyone. So thank you for joining us again this week, where we get to think about the things that we have and we think about all week, and you get to share those ideas with us. Feel free to come and join us and let's hang out, because you don't have to think like me.
You certainly don't have to think like me. Oh.
You don't have to think like me.
But we ask that you think.com.